In September 2022, a late-night boating trip near Boca Chita Key in Biscayne Bay ended in tragedy when a 29-foot boat carrying several passengers crashed into a channel marker. The collision claimed the lives of Pino's daughter's friend, then 17-year-old Lucy Fernandez. Another friend, Katy Puig, was left with a lifetime of disabilities. Pino had taken his wife, daughter, and 11 of his daughter's teenage friends out to a sandbar in Biscayne Bay on September 4, 2022, to celebrate his daughter's birthday. Prosecutors said that while at the sandbar, Pino drank alcohol and provided it to the underage girls at the party. Prosecutor alleged that the boat's operator, George Pino, was navigating at high speed in darkness before the crash occurred. Prosecutors contend that his actions demonstrated reckless operation of the vessel, while the defense disputes key aspects of the allegations and the circumstances leading up to the collision. The case has drawn significant public attention due to the devastating loss of life, questions surrounding boating safety, and the legal battle over responsibility for the fatal crash. George Pino faces up to 30 years in prison if convicted.
Face the clerk, raise your right hand and swear. I do. Keep your voice down into the microphone. And it's this way, but the jury's this way, so keep your voice down. Thank you.
Good morning, Ms. Reed. Can you please introduce yourself to the jury?
Yes. Good morning. I'm Natalia Reed.
And how old are you?
I'm 21.
I need you to speak up.
Sorry, I'm 21.
Are you in school right now?
Yes.
Where are you studying?
I go to Brown University,
What are you studying?
economics.
And are you currently interning or working somewhere right now?
Yes, this summer I'm doing a management consulting internship
Do you know where? Can you tell us where?
in New York City.
Thank you for joining us this
Thank you.
afternoon. Do you know the Pino family?
Yes, I do.
Tell us how you know them.
I went to elementary school with little Ceci, and I've known the Pinos since then. We went to Epiphany together, which was our elementary school.
Did you know Lucy Fernandez?
Yes, we also went to elementary school together.
And before September of 2022, do you know Katy Puig?
Yes, we also went to elementary school together.
Are you still friends with Ms. Puig?
Yes,
Were you at Ocean Reef with the Pinos on the weekend of September 4th of 2022?
yes.
Tell us what you were doing in Ocean Reef that weekend.
It was little Sissy's 18th birthday, and the Pinos had taken us to celebrate for the weekend.
Were you involved in a boating accident that weekend?
Yes,
Did this accident occur when you were on your way back to Ocean Reef from a sandbar?
yes,
And before leaving the sandbar, did you spend some time there?
yes, we did.
Who was at the sandbar that day?
Like, name everyone there, or
From what you remember, yes. Please.
George and Sissy mom, little Sissy, and some of the girls were Claudia, Pao Garcia, Camila, Katy, Lucy, Carolina, Coco, Mia.
Did some boys join you at the sandbar that day?
Yes,
Do you remember some of their names?
yes. Diego Suarez, Marco was there, Nicholas Garcia. That's pretty much who I remember.
Okay. Were you consuming alcohol that day at the sandbar?
Yes,
Do you know how many drinks you had?
I remember having 2 or 3. I don't remember feeling impaired or intoxicated.
And when you were at the sandbar, did you see Mr. Pino with any kind of alcoholic drink in his hand?
No, I did not see that.
And were you mostly spending time with your friends there?
Yes,
Okay. And when you were leaving the sandbar, were you on the boat with Mr. Pino?
yes,
Did Mr. Pino seem intoxicated to you in any way?
no,
Did he seem impaired to you in any way?
no.
And now that boat ride back from the sandbar heading back to Ocean Reef, do you remember where you were sitting on the boat?
I was sitting at the front of the boat. Yeah, at the front.
Do you remember who was next to you?
I don't remember exactly who was next to me. I think Andrea Knopfler, maybe Pao Garcia.
Can you describe for us what that boat ride was like before the impact?
Yes, I remember leaving Billy's Point, which is the sandbar we were at, and driving to Ocean Reef. I remember we were listening to music and talking amongst each other.
The boat ride itself, was there anything unusual about the way that Mr. Pino was operating the boat?
No, I don't remember thinking that.
Tell us about the speed of the boat. How did that feel to you?
Well, I had gone on the boat with Mr. Pino many times before the accident, so I don't remember feeling it going any faster than our past trips.
I was about to ask you that as well. So September 4th, 2022, it was not your first time on a boat.
No.
Can you tell us how many times, ballpark, that you've been on a boat before?
Yeah, my family doesn't have a boat, but some of our family friends, so maybe once a month, once every 2 months, I'd go on the boat.
And did this boat ride on September 4th, 2022 feel any different than other boat rides you've been on?
No.
Do you remember the weather conditions that day?
I remember it was clear skies, there wasn't a storm, sunny.
Do you remember how the water was?
Pretty flat, I believe.
Okay. So that boat ride back to Ocean Reef, you said you were sitting down. Do you remember all the girls sitting down?
Yes, I do.
Was there anyone standing up at a point?
No.
And was anybody sitting on the gunnel of the boat, like the railing that goes around the boat?
No.
Tell us a little bit about what happened after the impact.
I remember it coming out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it. I heard a loud hit. I believe I stayed on the boat, so I wasn't ejected. I heard some voices to jump into the water from the boat, so I jumped into the water. And then I remember seeing Big Ceci holding my friend Mia in the water. Mia had some blood on her. I remember Dami Alvarez close to me in the water as well. I remember Mr. Pino with his hands on the boat as it was tipped over at that point. And then a rescue boat came and I got onto that boat.
Okay, so I have a few follow-up questions. So you said at some point you were not ejected from the boat.
No.
You're sitting on the boat and you heard someone say jump.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember who said to jump?
I don't remember.
Do you remember if it was a female voice or a male voice?
I remember it being not just one voice, several voices, but I can't say female or male.
And before you were ejected from the boat, did you see Mr. Pino on the boat?
Yes, I remember for a split second after the accident seeing Mr. Pino laying between the console and the middle of the boat, and his eyes were closed as I remember. Again, it was a split second, so it was a little hazy, but I remember him, he had blood on his head, I think, and I remember thinking he was dead for that split second.
After you got on a Good Samaritan boat, did you see Mr. Pino again?
No. Oh, I guess later, I didn't see him in the water again, but I guess later in the day he came around in one of the rescue boats, I believe.
And you testified earlier that you've known the Pino family, you've known Mr. Pino a long time.
Yes, I have.
Has Mr. Pino ever confused you for Lucy Fernandez before?
No, never.
One moment, Your Honor. No other questions, thank you.
Close.
Hi. Good morning, still.
Good morning.
My name is Laura Adams.
Nice to meet you.
I know it's not easy to be here, but thank you for being here. The attorney before George Pino asked you about if you were still friends with Katy Puig. Without getting into details, is she the same girl now that she was before that crash?
No.
That's okay, overruled.
Is she the same girl now as she was?
No.
On the day of this boat crash, was Katy able to walk around and talk and sing and dance?
Yes.
Objection.
Overruled, go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. The defense attorney asked you about who drove the boat up to the sandbar and back. I think you said his name was what?
George Pino.
Do you see that person in court today?
Yes.
Can you please point to him and describe what he's wearing so our record is clear?
He's wearing a suit and a blue tie.
Okay.
Stipulate.
So stipulated.
Now, on the day that you all were having this party, it was to celebrate his daughter Ceci's upcoming 18th birthday, right?
Yes.
None of you guys were 21 yet at that point, right?
No.
But Mr. and Mrs. Pino had provided in a cooler drinks, including alcoholic drinks that you all wound up drinking that afternoon, right?
There was seltzers in the cooler, yes.
And those seltzers had alcohol in them,
Yes.
right? And there was some beer in there too?
Yes.
Okay. And the Pinos didn't say, hey, girls, this is off limits, not for you. They didn't do that, did they?
Not that I remember, no.
Okay. And so you didn't feel any, fear that you were going to get into trouble for drinking those seltzers or beers, anything like that, did you?
No.
Okay. Now, were you there at that sandbar to hang out with George Pino and his wife?
We were there to celebrate Ceci's 18th birthday.
Were you there mostly, though, hanging out with your friends?
Yes.
So you're not, like, watching George Pino every minute to see how much, if any, alcohol he's drinking, are you?
I don't remember watching to see if he was drinking alcohol, no.
He wasn't your focus, right?
No.
Your friends were your focus.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Now, it's been a long time. You're not going to get in any trouble, okay? But that afternoon, do you think that you got to a point where you were like falling down drunk?
No.
Do you think maybe you felt a little buzzed from the alcohol?
Yeah, I remember having like 2 or 3 seltzers, so I felt a bit buzzed.
Okay. In your buzzed state, did you tell George Pino, hey, I want to check and see if you're impaired by alcohol?
No.
And do you think that maybe people who are buzzed are not the best shape to determine who else might be buzzed?
I don't know.
Okay. You've been in college?
Yes.
Have you seen people buzzed?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you all were coming back from the sandbar to get back to Ocean Reef, was music playing?
Yes, I remember.
What kind of music was it? Do you remember?
I don't remember exactly.
But it was loud enough that you could hear it even over the sound of the engines and the boat going through the waves, right?
Yeah, I remember hearing the music, yes.
I want to show you an exhibit, and it's labeled as State's Exhibit number 11. It's kind of like a cartoon diagram, sort of the boat and the different seats where people could be. Okay? Do you see on this exhibit a location where you remember that you were sitting when this boat crash happened?
I believe that was at 5 or 6.
Okay, so I'll tell you what, let's do this. We'll put arrow to both. Can you put your name on there?
Sure.
And I'm going to put a little question mark because you're not sure which of those 2 seats you're at.
I
Is
don't
that
remember
okay?
exactly.
Okay. So pretty much where my finger's pointing to? Mm-hmm. It's right here. Where you were seated on that vessel, if I were to put myself, let's say, here, in order for you to see what's in front of the boat, you'd have to turn around this way, right?
I'm sorry?
For you to see what was in front of the boat, given where you were seated, you'd have to turn and look kind of behind you to see what's in front of the boat, right?
In front of the boat, yes.
Okay.
I would have to turn to
So
it.
where you were seated, if you were looking across, you're looking kind of more toward where the back of the boat would be,
Yeah,
right?
yes.
So as you're seated there, are you, looking around to see what's ahead of the boat, or are you kind of just looking at your fellow friends, things like that?
I was looking at my friends. I wasn't looking at
Okay. And speaking of the friends that were on the boat, there's a seat number 9 and the name Lucy. Is that where you remember that Lucy was seated that afternoon?
Yes.
Okay. After that crash, were you one of the girls that was brought by the police over to an island while, they were trying to sort out everything that had happened?
Yes.
And some of the other girls that were not badly injured were brought there too, right?
Yes.
And during that time, did you see the defendant at that island?
Yes.
And the police, they didn't have him in handcuffs, did they?
Not that I remember, no.
He was able to walk around, right?
Yeah.
Did you have any kind of interaction with him?
I think we had a brief interaction. I don't remember what it was about, but I remember seeing him.
Okay. And then I just wanted to ask you, I'm showing you a picture. It's in evidence, and it states exhibit number 1 in evidence. Is this your friend, Lucy?
Yes.
And you knew her for how long?
Since elementary school.
Thank you. I don't have any more questions for you. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
No redirect, Judge.
Very well, thank you. The witness
Thank
is
you.
excused.
As the trial progresses, jurors hear testimony from witnesses, investigators, and experts as they work to determine what happened on the water that night and whether George Pino bears criminal responsibility under the law.